Hi there, everybody. I'm Amanda Gordon with the Facial RX here in Spring, Texas. I wanted to do just a quick little introduction to this series of Dermalogica Institute videos. These are not my videos. I did not film these. They come directly from the CEO and instructor of Dermalogica Institute. These videos probably are more than 20 years old, but they do give some great examples of old school techniques as well as techniques that we still use today. I do apologize for the blurriness and graininess on some of these videos. There's not much I can do about that, but these are excellent teaching videos that I just wanted to make sure that are able to be shared and that you have the information in order to properly implement some of these techniques. All right, let's take a look.
Now, when we talk about aging, we all know the physical manifestations that we associate with aging skin, whether it be wrinkles or sagging skin or hyperpigmentation, dehydration. These are the hallmarks of aging skin. We actually call them biomarkers at the International Dermal Institute. As a scientist, you might expect when I look at the mirror, I'm looking at my wrinkles and sagging skin, but I'm also looking deep down below the layers of the surface of the skin, wondering what's happening down in the dermis of my skin. And I'd like to walk you through some of these changes that happen to the skin as we mature, as we age. The interesting thing that we know is not only can you have physiological aging, but you can have aging that is induced by UV exposure. And scientists have discovered that up to 99% of the signs of aging that we see on our skin are really all attributed to exposure to UV radiation. So let's take a look at our skin model and see what exactly is happening to the skin at a subsurface level. If we look at our model of the skin, we can see this blue area here represents the epidermis, and the region just below is the dermis, and then we have the lower region, the subcutaneous fat region, which you see here. Now, what's happening during the aging process is the first thing that we notice is the region between our epidermis and our dermis. You see these, what's known as reet ridges. These flatten out, and what that means is you're going to get less blood delivery or oxygen to this lower layer of epidermis, which means you're going to have a slowdown in the cell renewal rate. The cell renewal rate is the rate at which the stratum germinativum here, the bottommost layer of the epidermis, reproduces or undergoes the mitotic division process. These daughter cells undergo keratinization and move on up through the layers of the epidermis in a process known as keratinization. This whole process is known as cell turnover time, and that also slows with aging. So we've gotten a flattening of the reet ridges, we have less oxygen brought to the lower layer of the epidermis, a slowdown in cell renewal, a slowdown in cell turnover. And down in the dermis, which is primarily elastin protein and collagen protein in a sea of glycosaminoglycans, this region here, we're going to get a slowdown in the synthesis of the elastin and the collagen, but we're also going to get a breakdown in these proteins. And this is the result of matrix metalloproteinase enzymes that are going to break down the collagen and elastin structure, and that's also going to contribute to wrinkling. By the same token, what's contributing to wrinkling is the fact that the free radical formation that is the result of oxygen and the result of pollutants, even just the air we breathe, is going to cause a cross-linking of this collagen and elastin network there. And if you are have your face or your hand or whatever part of the body in a certain position repeatedly, such as frown lines or smile lines, that's where you're going to find a wrinkle. Now, the last thing we want to mention that happens during aging affects this barrier lipid region right here on the epidermis. It's part of the stratum corneum, and its function is to keep pollutants, chemicals, and pathogens from the environment from penetrating down and causing a problem in the skin, as well as keeping these lower layers plump with water. When you have a compromised lipid barrier region, you have increased transepidermal water loss, and all of these things generally are associated with aging skin.